Hi guys, Jim here again with yet another Sudoku video. Can you believe it? Today we'll be tackling a sandwich Sudoku, as you can see on the screen, as part of the collection presented by Cracking the Cryptic. Cracking the Cryptic are a couple of YouTubers well worth checking out, either just to watch their videos or to have a look at these puzzles that they've put out for sale. You can buy them on Steam or on your phone, Play Store, Apple Store, whatever they're called. And I think these are the best collection of Sudoku-themed puzzles anywhere out there, right? And they're handcrafted, so they're written by hand. They're written with a logical solution intended. They've got a series of hints that help you get through the trickier levels as you go through. They're tough. They do start hard and they get very hard, so do bear that in mind. And they're really interesting variations on the theme of Sudoku, so you may have seen some of these already, but if you haven't, it's just really fascinating kind of additional bits of logic that really sort of bring it together, if you like. I have been really enjoying these collections so far. Hope if you've been following along with my other videos, or if this is your first video, welcome. And let's jump into a sandwich Sudoku. So what do I mean by sandwich Sudoku? It sounds very esoteric. So, well, firstly, I've now got access to puzzle number 5, which is great. So I've completed 4 puzzles beforehand. So let's jump into puzzle 5. So sandwich Sudoku gives you these additional clues around the grid. And what these numbers tell you is that, well, we know, right, that there is a 1 and a 9 in each row and column. And what these numbers tell you is the sum of digits between the 1 and the 9. So if you think about it, the 1 and the 9 are the bread, and then the bit in the middle is the filling. And what these clues around the edge tell you is the sum of those digits that make up the filling. That's why it's called sandwich Sudoku. Yeah, and that's it. And otherwise, it's the usual rules. So each box, row, and column must have the digits 1 through 9. Yeah, so let's go. Also, what's helpful here, yeah, so you just saw it here. So if you click on one of these clues, what it does is it actually gives you all the possible combinations of that sum. Right, this is very good quality of life feature that makes it a lot more straightforward. And also you can kind of, as you rule things out, as you like put other digits in, you can actually click on the clues themselves or click on the combinations to kind of rule them out so you can keep a running track. But yeah, that's it. That's what sandwich Sudoku is. Off we go. And so couple of specifics to notice immediately, right? So the first thing you typically do is try and find the 1s and 9s. And obviously we've got 1s and 9s in the grid, so you can kind of start there. Oh, I know there's a 1 there because of these two. But actually what you find is it's really helpful to rule out where 1s and 9s can't be. So if I look in this row, we know that a 0 clue basically means the 1 and 9 are next to each other. So you can't put a 1 or a 9 in any of these 3 cells because there's only 1 cell available, right? So we know there's a 1 and a 9 in here in some order. In fact, we know that this cell has to be a 1 or a 9 because either that's the 1 and a 9 or that's the 1 and a 9, and both of them involve that. So I'm going to pop a 1 and 9 clue in there. Now, what else do we know? And so what I can do here is put a cross through these cells, right? So I know these cells are not a 1 and a 9, and this is what I'm doing now. I'm searching for 1s and 9s. Okay, now 3 is a powerful clue because normally if you think how can you make digits add up to a 3? Well, you could have the digits 3 by itself, that adds up to 3, or you could have 1 and 2. But in sandwich Sudoku, you can't use the 1 again, because remember, the 1 and 9 are on the outside, so they're not included in this sum. So actually, the only thing available to you is a 3. So in this column here somewhere, and this one as well, and this 4, right? The same logic applies to floor, because you can't do 1 and 3, because you can't use the 1 again. There is a 9, 1, 3 in that order. And what that means, because we know this is a 1 or a 9, either side of it might be a 3, but it certainly can't be a 1 or a 9. And then down here, well, if this was the 1, 3, 9 in that order, then that would have to be a 1 or a 9, and it can't be. So actually, this has sorted itself out because the sandwich must extend upwards. So that is a 1 or a 9, and that is a 3. And what's useful is you can go in here, and if you click on the clue itself, it grays it out. So I know that I've used that clue. So when I'm now looking around for things to do. I won't use that. I won't waste time looking at that clue again. And I know that there's no more 1s and 9s in this column because we've used up the 1 and a 9 there. So if I look here, obviously this can't be a 1 or a 9 because there is a sandwich that is not a 0. So also this 8 can either be 1 cell or 2 cells. So it is definitely at least 1 cell, so that can't be the 1 and the 9. Now the 1 and the 9 could go here in one of these. So if that was an 8, then it would go there, or if this was a 2, 6, 8, it would go there. So these two could be, but then nothing else can be in the row. All right, it's 2. If you put 1 there, there's no 3 digits that add up to 8, so you know a 1, 9 can't go there. That cross helps, right? Because I know I mentioned already there's definitely a 1 in one of these two, so I can pencil mark 1s in there. If we look here, this is a bit more obvious, right? So this 0 here basically restricts 9 to being one of these two, which means we can get rid of all of these as potential 1s and 9s. This 8 here, right? So the same sort of thing. So I know that can't be a 1. In fact, look. So in this box here, there can't be a 1 in any of these. So actually, this sandwich, because there's a 1, because of the 1 in the box. So this sandwich must extend leftwards, and there's only space to put an 8 and a 1 like that. So I'm going to kill off this clue as well. So that's good. Now I know there's no more 1s and 9s in there. And in this box now, despite the fact that we haven't really done a lot of work on 1s and 9s in particular, because I've ruled out where 1s and 9s can't go, there must be a 9 here. It just must. There's nowhere else for it to go. So I can rule that out. That takes care of that clue. And we're cooking with gas. Look at this. So that can't be a 1, 9 because there's a 1, 9 already in the column. Now that can't be a 1, 9 because the 1s and 9s are used up in the row. Okay, so that can't be a 1 or a 9 because the 3 clue here would need that to be a 3, and that doesn't work, so that's not a 1 or a 9. That can't be a 1 or a 9 either, because if I put a 1, 9 there, either the sandwich would extend upwards, but again that can't be a 3, so that doesn't work, or I'd extend it downwards, and in which case that would be a 3, and that would be the other 1 or 9, so that doesn't work either, so that's not a 1 or a 9. And then in this column, sorry, in this row, it needs to go 1, 4, 9. So that can't be a 1 or a 9 because that would make this sandwich a 3 sandwich, and that leaves only one place for that. So I've somehow managed to whittle down all the options. So that's a 1 or a 9. If we look then at this clue, so you always want to kind of be narrowing things down. That row's suddenly sorted itself out. But first, right, so this is either a 2 cell or a 3 cell clue. And if I look here, sorry, didn't mean to cross it out. If I look down here, well, I can't make it a 3 cell because that would need to be the 1 or the 9, and I've ruled that out because of these two. So this must be the 1 or the 9. And this is a 2 cell clue, so it's one of those 3. So I can cross that one off my list. But I don't know which of those it is. Well, it can't be the 3 either, so that could be a 2, 8 or a 4, 6. So we'll come back to that one later on. But as it goes with sorting out 1s and 9s, this is going quite well. So this clue here means that 8 is sorted, isn't it? Because the only place available for that 1, 9 there is there. And then the middle cell is an 8 to complete the sandwich. So that's nice. Well, we know there's a 1 in this box. There's already a 1 in this box, which means that must be the 9. And that will sort out these actually, won't they? So this will go round and deal with that. That's nice. Now these two can't be 1s. These two can't be the 1 because we've got the 1 there. Oh, this 0 clue I'd already used, so I can grey it out. So this 10, okay, yeah, so this is the 3 cell clue, so it must be 2, 3, 5, so I can actually grey that one out. And rather than crosses here, I'm just going to actually put what they actually are, not 5, 8, sorry, 2 and 5. There can't be any 1s there, any 1s or 9s there. What else are we looking for? Okay, this 20 can either be 3, 4 or 5. Well, it's a minimum of 4 already, so I can rule out that one. It could be a 5, So I can't rule out, I can't determine which is the 1 just yet. So it could be either of those two, but it's let me cross some cells out, which is always useful. If I look at this cell, this 4 is doing work. So either the 4 goes here and then the 9s go here. So that's let me sort out that column a bit. And there can't be a 9 there because there's already a 9 in the row in the column. So that's a 4, that's a 9 and 4 like that. That removes that as an option. This 3 clue now has sorted itself out because that must be the 3 and the 1 in that order. These two therefore can't be 1s and 9s. So there's a 9 down. Excuse me. There's a 9 down here. So this 1. So what can this be? This can be this could be quite a few things. So, oh, excuse me, that was not the right button. So I've got that can't be a 1, but any of these 3 could, and still obey the precepts of this 14 clue. I can grey out this 3 up there, which is nice. Okay, 24. Okay, I think this is going to help. So we know a 9. So 24 is a big clue, right? It can either be 4 cells or it can be 5 cells. Now, how do I use... So if this was a 9, this could be 4 cells and this could be the 1, right? So 1 and 9 could fit here. But where else can they fit? Well, they could also fit here. So if that was a 9, this could be 5 cells for the 1. But I don't think a 1 can fit here. Because if that was a 1, I'd either need to go for a 4-cell sandwich and have that as the 9, or a 5-cell sandwich and have that as the 9. But that's been ruled out as a 9. So I don't know which one is the 9 here yet, but that one can't be a 1. Yeah, okay, I'm happy with that logic. So that is the 1. That is therefore a 4 and a 9 because this is a 4 clue in the row, which we can grey out. That sorts that out. Therefore, that must be the 1 in the box because it's the only space left for it. This is a 3-cell clue which has a 4. So in fact, that's nice. So that's a 4, 5, and 7. So I get rid of that and pop in 5, 7 like that. Right. What else do we know? That 4's been used. Sandwiches do take a bit of time because you spend half the time doing the sandwich, doing the 1s and 9s, and then the other half solving the rest of the puzzle. Okay. This column, where's a 9 go? This is the last space available for it. So that's a 9. Therefore, this is a 2-cell 11 clue. And that's a 1 to go next to the 9 to complete the 0 clue in the row. And I am only missing... I've done all my 1s, so there's only a 9 to go. Yes, and it must go here. And there we go. So that's all the 1s and the 9s done. So actually what I typically do now is I get rid of all the crosses, because the crosses were only there to help me find the 1s and the 9s. The 1s and the 9s are done. So there's no point in having the crosses, and I think they just clutter the grid up a bit. So, okay, and now, well actually no, I was going to say now it's just a regular Sudoku, but it's actually not, because we've still got a few clues we haven't used. So this can't be an 8, this can't include a 3 or an 8 in this now, so this must be a 4, 6. So I can grey that one out and pop in a 4 or 6. In fact, the 4's already been given, so that's a 4 and a 6 in that order. So that's nice. This 0's obviously been done. And then 14 from 2 cells, I think can only be 6 and 8. Yes, so I will cross that off. That is a 6-8 pair, and in fact the 8 up in this box here sorts out which way round they go, which is nice. What are we missing from this row? We're missing, excuse me, we're missing 2, 5, and 7. So I'll pop that in for the record. We should probably look at these clues, shouldn't we? Right, so 21 off 4 cells, and it must have both a 6 and an 8. Okay, so that's limited. So this is either a 2, 5 or a 3, 4. Unfortunately, it could be either of those. So I'll leave that for the moment. Similarly, 2 cells making up 11. There's quite a few options there, aren't there? There's nothing really helping me out there. 20 off of 5. I think there's only one combo for that. Yeah, okay, so that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not going to put 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in as pencil marks, but what I will do is note what's missing then. What goes outside the sandwich? Well, it can only be a 7 and an 8. So that's a 7 and 8. And that's nice then, because that resolves that. That can't be a 7, so that must be a 5 and a 7 in that order, which is good. So I can't resolve that. What about the 24 clue? 24 from 5, so it's one of those two, and it must have both a 5 and an 8 because they're already included. Yes, okay, lovely. So in fact, that is sorted, isn't it? 2, 3, and 6. So I can remove the clue and just pencil mark a 2, 3, and a 6 like that. So that completes this column. So what I keep doing that. What else am I missing from this column? I'm missing a 7 and a 4. Yes, good. And then the 4 is sorted because there's a 4 over in this row. So we are getting somewhere. We are getting somewhere. It's just a little bit slow. It's just a little bit slow. The 7's here also. So the 7's did good work with that 5. They also sort out this 2. Isn't that nice? So this is one fewer option for this 11 cage, isn't it? Oh, no, it's not. I was going to say it can't be a 2 and a 9, but it already couldn't be a 2 and a 9. What are we missing from here? This is a 6 something pair. Why can't I see? It's a 6 and a 3. Yes, and the 6 down here sorts that out. That's useful. This has been resolved. So that's a 5 and a 7 in that order. That's a 2. So that's a 3 and a 6. I hadn't spotted the 3 earlier, so that must be a 6. In fact, so that's a 2, 3 pair down there. This is a 7. No, 7, 4 pair. Yes, okay. And there's a 4 in this row here. So actually that must be the 4 and the 7 in that order. The 7s then can gang up on this box here and leave me with one place for a 7. So the 7 must go there. 7 must go here in this box as well. We're doing quite well on 7s all of a sudden. So 7s are restricted to 2 cells in that box. Surely 8s. Yes, 8. I don't know when I got this 8. But that sorts out this 7-8 pair. I think I might have had that for a while actually. That leaves 2 places for a 7 in this box. This row can be completed, can't it? So I need a 2 to complete the row. What am I missing for these 2 cells in this row? This is a 5, 3 pair. Yes, and there's a 3 up top. So that's a 5 and a 3. So this is a 6 and a 2, and the 6 in that row is already given. So that's a 6, that's a 2. The 2s must go here. Excuse me, that is a... What is this to complete the row? That is a 5. Okay, surely now we know what's here. Yes, we do, look. So this 11 cage can no longer be 5, 6, and it can no longer be 8, 3. So this must be a 4, 7 pair, and there's a 7 already given in the row. So that's finally, that sorted that one out. So that's a 7 and a 4. And in turn, that is a 3 to complete the column. I just do that to itch my OCD. And then what did I say here? So it was either a 2, this was either a 2, 5 or a 3, 4, I believe, wasn't it? And there's a 3 now given, so this is a 2, 5 in that order. This is a 3 to complete the box. This 3 has sorted out this 2, 3 pair down here, so that's a 2 and a 3 in that order. What else have we got going on? 4 is sorted in this box. This is missing a 5. This must be a 5. This must be a 7. This must be a 2. 2 is given up here. That gives us our final 2 over there. What are we missing from this box? We're missing a 5. Is that all the 5s? I think it is. And this is a 3. This is a 6. Oh, we're nearly there. Come on. I've got 6s. Not quite sorted just yet. 6s are there. What do I need in here to complete this row? This is an 8. Therefore, I'm missing a 4 and a 6 and a 6. And finally, an 8 to complete the grid. Whoa! Really lovely puzzle. It's only a 1-star difficulty, so you kind of expect it to flow quite well. But yeah, that was it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I really enjoyed making it, as usual. I really enjoy beating these puzzles, especially the easy ones that I can beat. Yeah, definitely go check out Cracking the Cryptic. Just careful how you say that. Yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. If I can find my stop button. Thank you very much. Cheers.